Toastmasters visitors. So, I remember when I decided to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. The first day we were enjoying tea, enjoying our breakfast, and the guide tells us, all I encourage you is to go pole pole, which means slowly in Swahili, and keep hydrating yourself. And I thought to myself, that has got to be really easy, because I had been training really hard, running a lot with my backpack and also with my hiking shoes. And although I had not lost the 20 pounds that I hoped to, I was pretty confident that I would be able to make it walking pole pole. The first day that we started the hike was nice and warm, beautiful terrain, it was sunny. I was so distracted by the birds chirping and the beautiful flowers. And I thought to myself, it is so flat, I will be okay walking pole pole. Little did I know, I was in for a big surprise starting day number 2. We set camp about 1,800 feet above on elevation. So it was quite cold during the night. And I'm going to pass a few photos so that you can follow with me about the route. My friend Bethany and I had chosen the Mashame route, which is supposedly the most, has the most beautiful views. And since I thought I was very prepared, it's also the most strenuous and quite a deterrent for even the fittest of climbers. As I was saying, for the second day, the temperature started to fall and my enthusiasm started to waver. I was beginning to dread the cold because I knew I don't do very well with cold. But I was glad every time they would give us soup to warm us up with every single meal, which is another reason I don't eat any soup anymore. I had enough of it. From the second day, we could see the clouds beneath us, which was nice. It was a nice distraction. And I stole away some time during that time as everybody was looking at the view to secretly catch my breath because I was already struggling. On and on we dragged, and by the 4th day, my feet were very sore, very cold, but we kept walking, and I was just walking along, and many times I would hear the tour guide tell everyone ahead of me, pole pole, pole pole, and they would all slow down, and he would always turn to me and say, pole pole sana an, which means you're too slow and every time I would be able to catch my breath, which was very rare, I would tell him, I thought you said pole pole. Because to me, pole pole meant one step at a time and being able to breathe, which was very hard as the elevation got higher and higher. Finally, I could see the snow-covered summit. My enthusiasm was beginning to return, and the night was almost close. So we set up our tents, and this was on the 6th night, and we had a 4-hour nap. Right at midnight, we were woken up to have breakfast and do the final climb. At this point, I already had altitude sickness. I had promised myself I wasn't going to take any medicine for altitude sickness, but I knew I had to, just so I don't get too nauseous. We started the climb at about 1 in the morning. And I remember at this point, I had about 3 layers of socks and my heavy boots. And I had 2 layers of jackets and the heaviest coat I could find. And slowly I would give away all my snacks, and people thought I was very nice, but I couldn't handle carrying anymore. And of course I was dragging right at the back of everybody else. And I said a prayer with every step, and I remember my feet being so sore and so painful but I would pray with every step. I never imagined it would be this hard, but I knew I could do it. If I could do this, I thought to myself, then I believe that God can give me the strength to accomplish anything in my life. So I continued to stay encouraged. And many times I would stop and I would hear the annoying voice of the tour guide go, Anna, pole pole sana. And at this point I had no strength to respond. All I did was I would just wave at him and smile. And he knew that I was doing the best that I could. Once in a while, I would panic whenever I saw a group, I saw people being carried down. And I would hope that I could just make it to the top, and it didn't matter if I was carried to the bottom, as long as I made it to the top. Everyone got to the top, everyone in my group at least. And that really encouraged me. But the tour guide was left behind with me, and I saw some of my team group members coming down. But I knew if they had made it, most of them a lot older than me, and I thought I was much fitter than a lot of people, but there I was just dragging along, carrying my bag, drinking my water slowly just so I can have time to catch my breath. Finally, we got to Uhuru Peak, and I knew all we had was about an hour to go. I thought if I had done this for 6.5 days, I surely can do this for an hour. So I kept lifting one heavy foot after the other, one step at a time, and my muscle ached. I was so sore. But finally I got to Uhuru Peak, the highest point, which is 19,345 feet elevation from the base camp. And I was so elated to be at the heart of Africa, the very top of the highest point in Africa. Thank you.